So the Renten Paket of 2026 is now out. You might want to be wondering, like, what does this information really have to do with me? Yes, of course, it has everything to do with you. It had everything to do with I and every other person out there that is of working age, or at least is working and paying into the pension castle. For those of you who don't know how this affects you, what this packet is saying is, for those who are already in their pension age, those who are already in the renting altar, regiles renting altar, like you have reached the age of 67 and you have gone into pension, okay? For those people, they are allowed to work 2,000 euros per month free without tax. So they can work tax free. That is if they want. They're not forced to, okay? For those who think they'll be needing more money, they're not forced to. But on the other hand, I call this personally camouflage, because if you want to look at it in the other way around, people who are of the renting age are not supposed to be working. The government is sending a signal out there that the pension castle is belasted, okay, it's burdened. The pension castle is not paying enough money for pensioners to be able to live life normally anymore. That is a signal that is being sent out there. And for those of you who are paying into the castle right now, what this package says that right now there are not going to be any drastic changes until 2031. But what happens after 2031? Have you looked at the demography in Germany? When you take a good look at the demography, you will see that it's having some kind of bottle shape, some kind of Coca-Cola bottle shape, where it is small at the bottom, big on the up. This means that we are going into a little bit of sociology right now. We are having less birth rates, less people in the working age, more people in the pension age, and also long lifespans, which means the burden of the pension castle falls on those who are working. That is what it simply means. Okay? It falls on those who are working. And for those who are even working right now and paying into the pension castle, what this packet is saying is your own pension is not guaranteed. That is what it is saying. For those of you who haven't taken a look at it, your pension is not guaranteed. This simply means that you have to work hard, or you have to have something on the side. That is what it is saying. You should have an investment on the side. So the government is actually signaling us that we need to always save something on the side. Okay, that is what the government is signaling us. So, but there are many other points under this pension packet, like mutual rented, that are trying to make it a little bit more recognizable for people during the 18th child care upbringing for their children, to increase the amount of money that they also get, or those who are taking care of disabled people, like you're taking care of a family member, they are going to make it a little bit more beneficial to you. And for severely disabled people that could go into full rented, okay, that could decide to go into the pension time a little bit earlier than normal. Normally, they used to accept them by the age of 64. Sometimes even the age of 62 without cutting no percentage. But if right now this new packet is saying, if you go into your pension, if you decide to take your pension time before the age of 64, you're going to get 10% deduction until you leave the earth. That's what it's saying, which is so terrible if you want to look at it very well.